At the University of Colorado Boulder. I am here to talk about what I believe to be one of the LGBT movement's final frontiers, which is achieving equality in athletics. So I grew up in Los Angeles, California, with a very liberal family. I was very happy for that. At the age of 17, I began to come out to myself as gay and realize that things kind of made sense growing up in ways that they may not have made sense for other people. So the benchmark of my coming out experience was really in my junior year AP United States history class. During a lecture about gay rights, I rose my hand, said that I'd like to take this opportunity to come out and say that I'm gay. And that was a really special opportunity for me because up until then I had been out to maybe 10, 20 people, and having the individual conversations were really hard. So this was a really awesome opportunity to be able to kind of launch it widespread and really feel comfortable by myself through owning my identity. And so next from that, I came out to my swim team, and this is my swim team. My swim team, I was a member of the team all 4 years throughout my high school experience, and they became my friends and my family. So coming out to them wasn't really ever that big of an issue because they had known me since I was 13, 14 years old, and now I was sharing with them a new part about myself when I was 17. And so we won the city championships my senior year, and that's us on a camping trip. It was a real special experience. Then next up, when I came out to my coach on the left there, who I love like a mother, Maggie Nance. She basically said, I don't care who you're kissing as long as you're swimming fast and having fun. So having that positive reinforcement really, there was no reason for me to be held back. And what was even more special, that's our pool in our little high school community on the right, was my senior year I was elected to be the captain of my swim team. And that was a really special experience to serve as a leader for this community of 100 students aged 13, 14 to 19 from all corners of Los Angeles. And our high school is incredibly diverse. We have people who speak all different languages, come from all different backgrounds, all different family lifestyles and socioeconomic types. So it was really cool for them to be able to look up to someone who is gay. I guess I'm saying this, but I think it was really cool to have, as Jim said, to be able to connect the terms friend, gay, and athlete for the first time. So that was really exciting and really showed them that someone they looked up for leadership, advice, expertise, and as a friend could be openly defying the stereotypes of which they'd grown up. Oh, and also that year I was able to share my story through outsports.com, which is a great resource for LGBT athletes. It was really special to share my story there because there was many of the stories like the ones that I just shared that I had read when I was coming out. So that really came full circle. And even cooler, from there I was invited to participate on my local NPR radio station's coverage of various LGBT athletes and LGBT rights movements. So I talked about Jason Collins and the Prop 8 decision in California. So that was really exciting. I really feel like I was able to give back to my community, and I was able to receive messages of support from San Diego, South Africa. So it's really cool that my story in little Pacific Palisades of Los Angeles of California was able to be widespread. So this got me thinking, why can't everyone have this experience? Why was my experience so unique, and why did I have such an easy time coming out, and what makes my experiences different? So when we look on this on national and international scale, things are a lot different. Right now in Sochi, Russia, all eyes are on Vladimir Putin and his anti-gay propaganda policies. And there have been some arrests made. Just this year, Pavel Lebedev, he was arrested for waving a rainbow flag at an Olympic event. And the authorities then took him to the police station to clear up situation. So it's a very interesting situation. I feel that thankfully, so far, no athletes or participants in the Olympics have been faced with any real discrimination because the world's eyes are on them. And also, we face a lot of this discrimination here at home continually with Michael Sam, the University of Missouri football player who just came out. He was an All-American, the SEC Defensive Player of the Year. And when he came out last week in anticipation of his NFL draft, it was met with great support from NFL players, from community members, from his team. He had been out to his team for a while. But what was really interesting is that anonymous NFL affiliates said that football just wasn't ready for an openly gay player. And he would chemically imbalance the locker rooms, and that the locker rooms are such an emotionally sensitive environment that he doesn't know how this would work. So there's a lot of discontents in that, and we have to wonder, why is it that I can have my experience at a local high school and other athletes like me can do the same thing, but then they face so much oppression on the national level. So what I believe there'd be three main reasons why there aren't more gay athletes in sports and why it is harder for people to come out. First of all, being that there's a lack of role models. So, excuse me. The real thing is that we need more openly gay role models on a professional level. Here's Abby Wambach on the left, Michael Sam, Brittany Griner, Robbie Rogers, Orlando Cruz, and then Brian Sims. And Brian Sims, you may not have heard of, but he was really my inspiration coming out. He was the captain of his high school football team, and now he's a Pennsylvania state legislator. And it was stories like that I was able to read on Outsports that really showed me that gay people can't participate in sports, kind of going against all the communal stereotypes that I've grown up with. And so what's really cool is that we see kind of these other athletic stars come out. Everyone is given the fact, everyone's given the role model of openly gay people in sports, which are really defining the communal stereotypes that they're growing up with. But there still is a lot of searching and seeking out that you have to do if you're interested in finding an openly gay role model in sports. And that's why someone like Michael Sams would be really cool, because he'll be able to serve as a role model for everyone, no matter if you look it out or not. Because gay youth like me, we sought out these people. But now Michael Sams, Jason Collins, Robbie Rogers, Abby Wambach, these sort of people will be able to serve as an openly gay role model for everyone, no matter what. So kids will grow up with the idea that gay people in sports are synonymous, are okay. Next, I say that we need to challenge the cultural gay stereotypes that we've grown up with. And this is because so much of, especially male homosexuality, is connected with femininity, and so much of athleticism is connected with masculinity. And because of that, athletes, I think, are really afraid to come out because they're trying to hold this persona that they're these masculine, strong, patriarchal figures. And it's not really a really good environment for people to do that. I'm a little nervous. So with that, we really need to dismantle the patriarchal society of our athletics. And that through these role models, we'll be able to better institute that. And that will show that more people can be involved in sports, and that is a good thing. Also, the locker rooms face a huge issue in the terms of athletic acceptance, because so many people are so opposed to the idea of sharing a locker room with someone who is attracted to the same sex. And I think, anyone who may have experience with this will know that it's not a big issue at all. Every gay person is not checking out every straight man. And for me, it was a really interesting and unique experience, because when I came out to my swim team my junior year of high school, so I had already been with them for 2.5, nearly 3 years, I couldn't think of any rational justifications that they can give to not be comfortable with me now that they know I was gay, compared to the last 2.5 years of me being in that same space with them. And so there is still a lot of worry of community members and sports and coaches and administration in that respect of how this would be dealt with. And I think people just kind of need to calm down. But, and also that happens for people like me sharing the story, and that's what I'm trying to do today, and role models like that. And on the right is an Olympic poster from 1924. I just kind of speaks for itself. And so finally, I believe that we need to fully accept our current gay athletes in order to, I completely lost that paper, in order to create spaces for future generations. So this goes back to the role models and the dismantling of the femininity so closely tied with homosexuality. And once we are able to really institute this and kind of make it okay by having more gay athletes in sports and having that just not be a thing. And so thankfully we have a lot of straight allies in the athletic community who help us with this. Hudson Taylor, Chris Clue, and Brendan Iambadejo, they're both NFL players, and Ben Cohn, the English rugby star. And they're all work in different aspects of anti-bullying and anti-LGBT discrimination in athletics. And it's a really special opportunity that they're providing to kind of speak up as the straight macho players that they are and show them that straight men especially, can be allies. And so in conclusion, I'd like to wrap up with a quote that I feel is really poignant to me and really kind of sums up what I'm trying to talk about here today. It's by Bishop Gene Robinson, who is the first Episcopalian openly gay bishop. And in his book, God Believes in Love, he writes, "I've talked about how fortunate I am, how fortunate I feel to have had the experience of being gay, because it has been my tiny window into what other oppressions are like. I'm on the more powerful end of most oppressions. I am white, I am American, I am male, I am wealthy by the world's standards, I am educated, I am able-bodied, and I am Western. Without great effort on my part, it is difficult to comprehend and understand my own role in racism, sexism, American hegemony, and colonialism, first world oppression of the 2/3 world, and the ways in which I participate in others' oppressions. I was trying to make the point that my experience of being gay helped me see and understand the oppression of others, and for that, I was grateful. So I thank you for listening to me today. I hope you can take my experiences and really encourage other athletes to come out, or gay people you know to participate in sports more, and really just kind of be aware of the cultural stereotypes that we've grown up with in order to create more equality in athletics for future generations. Thank you.